This is Irontrader. This is the last call of the week. Now, the pitch closed here at 2:30. It was about 10 minutes ago. So we are going to review crude oil here and natural gas. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have crude oil, your daily, your weekly, and your monthly chart. Now, let's take a look here at the monthly. Looking at this MACD here. Now, it hasn't crossed over. It just kind of wound up and then winded up here again. You need to have the crossover. If you do that, see how that green gets above the red, and you can have a nice move right on up. However, there is a couple things I do like about this. Number one is it's got this W pattern. See this? That's very nice. Now, again, you've got to get above this key level that's at 95.03, then she can ratchet higher. But I also do like is you're holding this 79.82 and we're holding this 79.33, your 8-day and your 21-day here so far on the month. Okay, now there's plenty of time to roll here in a month, but we got to see how this all going to shake. Now, remember, the contract roll will be on Sunday night, so it'll probably gap up, I would imagine here. Okay, so this here W pattern is still intact here, unless you would happen to start losing these key simple moving averages. But right now, it isn't looking really that bad. A little topping tail here, but we got to see how it's going to shake out. Now, here on your weekly chart, well, this is the key right here, and it doesn't look like it's holding 82.34, and we have 82.12. So right now, you're sitting at 82.21, so you're pretty much just right there. We did put a little bit of a bottoming tail in here, but we've got to see next week how that's all going to shake out. Okay. Again, you have a lot of targets on the downside. You have that 78.45, and we have this 21-day at 77.33 a level. But first, what you're going to do is you'll hit this key level, that's 80.55, and then we'll look right to the bottom of that candle. You're looking at 80.30. That's what you're looking for here if this keeps right on selling, and then you can go all the way down to the 50. Now, here on your daily chart, well, this isn't looking too great. What we had is, even though she's green here today, this here, that big price was up here because Israel attacked, I guess, Iran. Didn't do a whole lot of damage, but again, we got this whole weekend, which the market is closed, so we have kind of indecision, don't really know what the heck is going to be going on here as far as Monday. However, we got to just depend on the chart. So what you want to always watch is on the upside. Let's take a look at this candle. You're looking at 82.55. Your next level is going to be 82.54. That's going to be your closest resistance. And then we come right here, 83.12. And then we have your 83.21. Look to the bottom of there, you have 83.85. And then this is what we're looking for, this 84.07. And then right above is 84.40. Now, when the futures open on Sunday night, I really highly doubt if that 8-day is going to be above that 21-day. This should probably roll down really pretty hard here, unless we get a big spike up here in the crude oil, and then she can reverse real quickly. I'll show you an example. Like right here, we had a big run up here. I sold all the way down, and then we had this bottoming candle, came right on up here, and that 8-day came down, went below that 21-day, and then reversed and shot right on up. So we got to see if it's going to do the same thing, or is it going to come all the way down here and bring the price right on down like we did here. Okay, so that's what we got to take a look at. We got to see how that's all going to shake out. Now, actually, UCO was a good trader there today on the crude oil. I got 40 cents the first time. I got 10 cents the next time. So I got a nice 50 cents out of that UCO, which I'm happy with that, with 3,000 shares. So that actually worked out pretty good. And now I am flat. I'm going to see here how this is going to shake out. I don't know if I'm going to take a position here at the end of the day going to the weekend, just in case some another big brouhaha breaks out. I'm not sure yet. I got to see how that's going to shake out. Now, here on the downside, well, obviously we have key levels right there. That's your 50 simple moving average, 80.52. You want to come to this price channel at 80.30. That's the bottom of that candle. And then you have your 79.78, your 200 SMA. If that's lost, you come right here, 78.45, and then you come right there, 77.23. Those are your key support levels if this keeps on breaking down. Now, with this RSI here, it looks like it came all the way down. Now it looks like it possible wants to roll up. Now, your MACD is bearish. It came down. Your green is below your red. That's never good. You always want the opposite. See how the green, when the green gets above the red, the line, look how nice that bullish it is. It goes right on up. But we got a war premium that was built in right here. Then we had some sideways action. And now we just have, basically, when you start seeing candles like this, and like here, we had a topping tail, a bottoming tail. This is just indecision that the traders are just going in a direction here. Okay, so don't get wrapped up into all of that. Wait until it's either bottoms or rips up or something on that order, because you can always, if it closes back above this 21-day and that 8 SMA, then you can also buy on strength to go higher to that retest there at 87.67. Now, again, if this happens to roll up and you get past that 87.67, then what we do is we just look right to the top of this candle. You're looking at 87.83 is next, and then we have 88.29, and then this is the candle you're looking for, 89.85. Let's call that $90. Top of that here, we're going to look at 91.23. You have 91.88 and then 92.43. And then here's what you're looking for, 95.03. Let's just call that 95. So your big targets, if you can break that 87.67, is going to be 90 and then 95. Okay, so that's going to be the upside. But right now, what you want to just focus on is key levels. This 50 SMA on the downside. If that's lost, look here to the 200-day. Upside, we want to watch here is the 21-day. If you can blow past that, you have the 8 SMA, okay? Then we just follow the candles all the way on up here until you get 87.67, okay? So this is what we all got to take into consideration, but very, very difficult now here, because when you have news thrown in, it's not just a supply demand. Now you have the news thrown in here. You have war premiums. We don't know how this is all going to shake out. So really, for me, it's just a day-by-day basis as far as the scalps can go. Okay, let's take a look here at natural gas. Okay, natural gas here. Actually, today was a good trade. I scalped it pre-market. I got 40 cents on natural gas, and then I scalped it for another 10 cents. I wanted to do a lot, like 50 cents on crude oil and 50 cents on the natural gas, which I did with 3,000 shares each. So today was a good day as far as the trading goes. Okay, so that's how you have to look at it until we can close really above all this mess going on here, okay? You got your 50-day, 1.75. We have your 8-day, 1.75. And then we have your 21-day, 1.76. You have to get above all that nonsense, okay? So today we said we went above. However, you look at where you close below, okay? So we went to 1.80. So what did I tell you to do? Look to the left of the chart. What do we have here? 1.80. That was your resistance level. That's where she went. She couldn't get above that, and it couldn't close that. So that's what we have. Again, if we can follow the candles, 1.85, 1.89, 1.92, and then you retest 1.943. Now, you're going to get next week here early. You're going to have this contract roll. It's going to be just like what you got going on here, okay? So when you get that roll going on up here, it's going to pop right on up, and then we got to see if it can act like this, where it comes down, holds that 8 SMA, and then we have a nice good run up, okay? Holds that 21-day and nice run up, and then she sold out off. So we got to see next week here. So right now I'm flat on natural gas, and I don't have really any intentions of buying anything before the close. Now, crude oil, yes, I do, but not to natural gas. Okay, so we got to wait to see till next week, and then we'll continue on with the trading. Long, short, makes no difference to me. Now, downside, you want to watch this low, 1.724. We want to watch 1.71. We want to watch 1.66, and then you want to watch 1.64. That was your nice right off the top of this candle. Look at that line coming all the way through. That was your support level going all the way through. If that's lost, 1.589. Now again, if this gets rocketed and that 1.5 is not 9 is lost, then what we do is you come to the bottom of this candle. That's 1.57, and then you have your retest down here at 1.52. Now I'm saying that's not going to go there, but I like to always show you if this is lost, there's your next level, the 1.57 and the 1.52. That's your next level. Just like on the upside, we follow it up, but you're looking for that 1.943 and then possibly right there that 2.0. That's what you're kind of looking for here. Now, overall, the chart still looks good. Okay, series of higher lows, that's always good. That's what you want to see. Not bad. RSI here looking good. MACD, you're green now. It's just, this is just going back and forth here. We got to see how this all shakes out. So we had 3 greens, 3 greens, and 3 greens here so far. Now we got to see what's going to happen next week. But again, if we can get rolling, this is what you want to do. This is your big target, that 2.168. which lines up very, very nice here with the 2.169. And then we also with the 100-day at 2.16. And if we get above, there's your target, 2.42. There's your gap. There's your fill. Magnet to a fridge, okay? But you have resistance in between that 21-day and that Hondo. But again, everything is going to depend on the upside is on this 21-day, that 50-day, and that 8 SMA. So next week, just watch that contract roll, okay? When she gaps up like this here, when it gaps up, okay, let's see how she's all going to shake out, okay? So is it going to come gap up here and then sell right down? Maybe hold it and do the same thing? We got to all see. But realistically, until we get and close above all these key simple moving averages, it's going to be sideways to down. Okay, let's take a look here on the weekly. Well, again, we had 1.75 natty gas real time sitting here is 1.755. This is 1.754. So we're just above the old 8 SMA here, which is not too bad. So on the weekly here, we left the bottoming tail. That's always very good. It's better than this topping tail right there. Okay, so we got to see it here as long as we can hang on to that 8-day. Maybe we get that 8-day curling up and then head right for that old 21 SMA. Okay, let's take a look here on a hourly and a 4-hour. Okay, your hourly chart here is actually looking good. Okay, so when we came all the way down, we put a low in here of 1.72. And then we have a low here of 1.72. Okay, so you got a nice, good double bottom situation. And I like that it's holding this 50 simple moving average. Okay, so that's always good. Plus, what I also like here, high, higher high, higher high. Now, the key is going to be right here, this 1.77. That's that 200-day. Look at it when it went right up into it. Now, it popped up above, but once you found out, boom, she came right on down again. So this is what you want to watch. It's basically from that 1.76 to 1.78, that area there, you got to clear all that. Once you can clear all that nonsense, then she can possibly go higher. Now, what I do like about this chart on the 4-hour is look at your price channel. Now she's going up, okay? That's always a very, very good sign. So we got a nice series, low, higher, low, higher, low. This is really not that bad. So if we can blast above this and hold above that, then we come right here. There's 1.84. We come bring this channel across. You got 1.89, and then we come right here. You have 1.90, and then we have 1.92, and then we have your 1.94. That's what your targets are on the upside if you can blast right above this. Now on the downside here, we're holding this 21-day. You're right at the 8-day. That's always very good. We put a nice double bottom situation here. That's always good. So actually these charts here are looking really not too bad. It's just that daily chart, it just needs to close all above this. So even when this sold down, you filled the gap here nice, and then you held that nice support level right there, okay? So we have a really nice, good double bottom situation. We got to see if it can play out and go higher and go all the way up to that 1.94. But that's how we got to see exactly what's going to happen. So we're just going to wait till next week there on natural gas. I'm done with trading natural gas here for today. I had 2 good trades. I got my 50 cents that I wanted. I'm satisfied with that, and I'm just going to figure out if I want to take maybe a little position on UCO. Probably wouldn't be that much, maybe 2,000 shares or something like that on UCO, just to carry it over the weekend, just in case there's a big brouhaha breaks out here. Because usually when a country retaliates another one, then that country wants to retaliate back. It's just kind of a never-ending situation here until they can get some kind of a peace talks going here. But again, that's just one conflict. There's also other things coming into the play here. Now remember, a couple of other things here is you got your seasonality. You got your Memorial Day coming around the corner here, 4th of July. And then August is a very volatile month for crude oil because what you're doing is you're going into that hurricane season through the end of August, September, and all the way to the actually end of September, first week of October. So that's what you got to worry about. I mean, not worry about, but that's where the prices can go high, higher. So that's what we have to look at. But again, when you have a war premium built in, okay, if nothing escalates, then that premium $6-7 usually comes right out of the trade. So always watch that on the old crude oil. Now, natural gas, we get a real hot summer, some kind of a catalyst, natural gas will rip much, much higher. Okay, so always, keep that in mind. Another thing we want to keep in mind is the U.S. was filling the SPR at 3 million barrels per month. Now, end of June, they're supposed to be doing 4.7 million barrels. But now they just came out, they said, well, if gas prices and oil is going to stay up here, we might drain that SPR here now. So I don't know how that's all going to be shaken out here. If you're going to start draining that SPR, you drained it pretty good of almost 200 million barrels here. And now it takes a long time with 3 million barrels. It takes a lot of years to get that replaced. So always look at that is if they start, say, refilling, well, then they'll take on, when you get your inventories, you'll say, well, okay, that's going to be a big draw on your inventories going there every month. So always keep that in mind. Plus OPEC, they'll be meeting here next month. Again, they're cutting 2.2 million barrels. Russia right now is cutting oil. So that's going to put a real good crimp, you know what I'm saying, on the supply side. Okay, so when they keep on that, and then you have that demand of that summer driving, so it could take oil. So just because oil came down to just like the market, okay, the market is in a little bit of correction, big deal. Okay, eventually it's going to be a really good buying opportunity here to take her up much, much higher. So just be patient and just watch for the trade. Now, on crude oil and natural gas, I'll be back Sunday night here before 7 o'clock. And we'll review everything to get you all set up there for a Monday. And the futures open at 6 p.m. So I usually have the video about 7. And then the weekend edition here, I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet on Saturday. But we'll probably go over some commodities, maybe gold, silver, Bitcoin, that kind of thing. Okay. Hope everybody has a great weekend. And thanks for watching.